that inflation still ranks at the top of Americans' minds as the cost of the Biden agenda costing voters more everywhere from the gas pump to the grocery aisle. But despite 40-year high inflation, record gas prices, the president is convinced the economy is headed in the right direction. Really? Watch.
Now look, I know times are tough. Prices are too high. Families are facing the cost of the living crunch. But today's economic news confirms the fact that my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction.
In a better direction, really? And while energy costs continue to surge here at home, Joe Biden is compromising U.S. energy security by appeasing adversaries abroad, because we're continuing to learn more tonight about the Biden administration actually shipping oil from our U.S. reserves to a Hunter Biden-linked gas giant, prompting increased scrutiny and demands for transparency from Republicans on Capitol Hill. Joining us for reaction.
Industry workers, the tweet reads, if you see Kavanaugh Alito, Thomas Gorsuch, Coney Barrett, or Roberts, DM us with the details. We'll Venmo you $50 for confirmed sighting and $200 if they're still there 30 minutes after your message. I guess it's open season, and CBS This Morning remembered him this way.
A polarizing figure, he was a right-wing nationalist and conservative and a fierce supporter of Japan's military.
Mr. Secretary, who exactly was he polarizing?
By the way, while he was campaigning.
And a fierce supporter of Japan's military.
Mr. Secretary, who exactly was he polarizing to? He was the country's longest-serving prime minister who won by huge margins.
Raymond, this is sick. It's sick to see these left-wing media folks go after a man who was just assassinated. He was assassinated, by the way, while he was campaigning for his party, for his ideas, for the things that actually have benefited the Japanese people for an awfully long time. There is a reason he was the longest-serving prime minister. The people of Japan loved him and revered him. He'd become a friend of mine, too. He was a great partner for the United States of America. And so to hear NPR and CBS come after him for being some right-wing crazy, well, he delivered really good outcomes for the Japanese people.
It had been deleted that Abe was a divisive arch-conservative, and CBS This Morning remembered him this way.
He was a right-wing nationalist and conservative and a fierce supporter of Japan's military.
And most significant Asian leader to confront the Chinese Communist Party. It's hard when you're in their neck of the woods there in the Pacific. But he was serious about it. He partnered with Australia, with the South Koreans, with our other allies in the region, and of course with us to deliver a central understanding about the Chinese Communist Party, the very one that Director Wray spoke of there. He was fearless in supporting that, and we've lost a great leader who was willing to really change the trajectory of Japan's willingness to defend.
Work together to ensure that this relationship will continue to move forward along the right track. It is important to stay committed to the principles put forward by President Xi Jinping: mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and win-win cooperation. Because that serves the interests of the two countries, two peoples. It is also the shared aspiration of the international community.
Joining me now, Gordon.